Hello again, everyone. I'm Wade Sherman, and welcome to round 16 of Monsters of Destruction action here on the Outdoor Channel. We're at the Chaparral Speedway in Eagle, Idaho. A great crowd on hand. Let's get right to qualifying. Our first truck of the evening is Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer. He takes the green. He's got a good start. Flying over those white cars. We'll check his time. A little slap wheelie on the landing. 6.366 for Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer. Not the fastest time we've seen so far here this weekend. I don't know if that's going to hold up for TQ or not. Coming to the line now, it's Paul Shaffer in Monster Patrol. He's got the Hemi power. It was good enough to win him round 15 in straight line drag competition. Another good run going for him here. Let's check the time, 6.252, a little bit better than Dragon Slayer. Moving on now, it's Rick Swanson in the Line-X Obsession Ford. Takes the green. Got a good run going, a lot of distance in the air. That's a fast time as well, 6.219 for Rick Swanson. That's a fast time so far tonight. Let's see if it holds up. Here comes Paul Jensen in the Spider-Man machine. That's a Hummer, short wheelbase, made more for turning the straight line. Let's see how he does. He's got a great run going here, flies over those cars, comes across the line. Check the time. It's TQ 6.078 for Paul Jensen in Spider-Man. That's going to be a tough time to beat. Two trucks remaining. Here's one of them right here. This is Brad Campbell in the Monster Moose, sponsored by the Outdoor Channel. He's got a problem with this vehicle. He only has two-wheel drive. Those rear wheels are hooking up, the front are not. That's slowing him down. He gets it across the line, but slowly. His time, 7.559. He's going to have to do better than that if he wants to take TQ or win the straight line drags here tonight. Our last truck to qualify, it's Jason Grill in Public Disturbance. He's become a bit of a fan favorite. He's still trying to find his feet here in MOD action. Doesn't look like he's running fast enough to get it done. He brings it home. His time, 7.130. That's good enough for fifth in qualifying. So your qualifying results look like this. It's Spider-Man posting TQ with a time of 6.078, followed by Line-X, Monster Patrol, Dragon Slayer, Public Disturbance, and Monster Moose. Move on to Heat 1 of the straight line drags. It'll feature that man, Rick Swanson, in the Line-X Obsession machine against Jason Grill in Public Disturbance. This is 2 against 5. On paper, you would think that Rick Swanson is the heavy favorite, but Jason Grill has gotten by a few times here at Cottage Grove and Eagle when other trucks have broken. Let's see how he does here. Rick Swanson's got a good run going here. He's across the line first. We'll get the official scoring in just a moment, but an impressive win for Rick Swanson in the Line-X Obsession truck here at Eagle, Idaho. There's your time, 7.216 for Line-X, 8.104 for Public Disturbance, both slower than they qualified by quite a big margin. Here we get a look at the long view. Good run for Rick Swanson there, no bobbles. Good, clean, solid run. We'll advance to the semis. Here we get another look at Rick Swanson. Got a little off camber over the second set of cars, but brought it home in plenty of time to win against Jason Grill. Let's take a look at Jason's run. Hangs up on the berm there. You want to get over that in the air, not roll across the top. Barely clears the cars. He didn't spend enough time in the air to win that heat.
Hey, Billy. Where are your zip zaps? Right here, guys.
New Zip Zaps Micro RC Monster trucks have arrived at Radio Shack with monster four-wheel drive action, front spring suspension, and working lights. You can even modify them with different wheels and motors. Some assembly required, batteries sold separately.
Billy! Gotta go.
Only at Radio Shack.
Welcome back to Monsters of Destruction on the Outdoor Channel. Tonight's action is brought to you by AmeriGas, America's propane company. And by MonsterTruckStore.com, your online source for monster truck merchandise. Moving on to heat number 2 of the straight line drags, it will feature Paul Shaffer in Monster Patrol against Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer. This should be a great matchup. It's the number 3 qualifier against the number 4. And it's 1 and 2 in the season standings in straight line drags. Dragon Slayer has the lead with 306 points coming into tonight's action. Paul Shaffer's got that Hemi wound up. He's flying across the straight line drag course. Craig Christensen comes to a halt. It was a close race, but it's going to be Paul Shaffer in Monster Patrol with a time of 5.824, beating Craig coming in just a bit slower. Let's take another look now. Monster Patrol drifted to the left on his run, got a little bit out of shape. Craig Christensen kept it moving straight. He didn't drift until he crossed the line. Let's go on board now with Craig Christensen, give you a look at what it looks like inside the cab of one of these monster trucks. There you see he drifts to the left at the end of his run. Shaffer gets some good air over that first jump, but he slapped the landing and got off the gas. That's what cost him right there. Moving on to heat number 3, this will be a single run for Paul Jensen in Spider-Man. Supposed to go up against Monster Moose here, but Monster Moose unable to answer the bell. He's got some problems with his four-wheel drive. So Jensen just has to keep it rolling to advance. A very cautious run for Paul Jensen, saving the truck a little bit. Brings it across the line. Not a very impressive time, but he will advance. Played it smart here, did Paul Jensen in the Spider-Man truck. His time, 7.218 seconds. A good 2 seconds off his qualifying time of 5.471, but he got it done. As we go to commercial, let's go on board with Paul Jensen and let you listen to the horsepower of the Monsters of Destruction trucks. We'll be back with more after this. Welcome back to round 16 of MLB action here on the Outdoor Channel. This is semi number 1 of the straight line drags. Our points leader, Craig Christensen, in the Dragon Slayer, getting set to do battle against Rick Swanson in the Linex Obsession truck. The trucks are staged, they take the green. A good start for Swanson. Christensen flies through the air, went over the timing lines in the air. That should help him out here. Let's check the time. 5.418, Linex 5.457. That's the closest race you'll ever see. What a great performance by both drivers. Here we get a look at Christensen. Look at the distance on that jump as he flies across the timing line. He won that race in the air, no doubt about it. Let's take a look at the suspension on board Linex Obsession. Look at the pounding these shocks take. Look how much travel, how much bend there is in that shaft of the shock. What a punishing trip that was. One more look now, up and over. These guys take a lot of punishment inside these trucks. I wouldn't want to do it, folks. Moving on now to semi number 2. It'll be Paul Jensen in the Spider-Man truck. He's top qualifier here tonight, going up against Paul Shaffer in Monster Patrol. A lot's been made of the Hemi power under Monster Patrol. Spider-Man's going to have his work cut out for him here tonight, but he is top qualifier, so a pretty interesting matchup taking place here in the semis.
Paul, when you refire, I want to turn some timing in once you start. Not until you fire. So once he fires you, then I'll do it.
So Christensen, the owner of the Spider-Man truck, as well as Dragon Slayer, obviously heard something in the timing he didn't like. He's brought a wrench out to the starting line to try and help Paul Jensen get all he can out of his Spider-Man truck. We'll have to wait and see if he made an adjustment that will help Paul Jensen advance to victory here tonight. We rarely see them work on the trucks on the line. We'll have to see how this plays out. So Jensen is staged now after a little bit of last-minute wrenching on the timing. About to go green. There's the green. Shaffer is up and over the first berm, flies through the air a lot of distance. Both trucks are close. I don't know. We got to go to the computerized timing. Another great heat here. Spider-Man takes it with a time of 5.688. Paul Shaffer not far behind, just 2/10 off. Paul Jensen drifted a bit to the left and didn't stick that landing, bobbled to the right, while Paul Jensen kept it moving straight. I think he won that one with driving, not so much horsepower, but steering. Let's go on board now with Spider-Man. A lot of noise, the raw horsepower. You can feel it coming through your TVs right now. We'll get one more look at Shaffer's run in Monster Patrol. He caught the rear wheels on the first berm. Good distance in the air, but not enough to beat Spider-Man, who's on his game here tonight at Eagle, Idaho. Move on now to the final of straight line drag competition. Staging now is Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer, and he's limping. There's a problem with the Dragon Slayer. Looks to be in the suspension or the steering in the left rear. He's going to try and work it out before he comes to the line, but something is obviously amiss on the Dragon Slayer truck. Taking a little unscheduled run through the Supercross portion of our track. Looks like his crew's approaching that truck. They're going to do some work on it. Let's listen in.
Turn the other way. A little more.
The MOD rules only allow Craig Christensen 2 minutes to work on this truck and bring it to the line. He's going up against Paul Jensen. That's his son. It's also a truck that he owns, that Spider-Man truck, set up very similar to the Dragon Slayer. He wants to win here tonight. He doesn't want to give it away. Looks like he's got whatever his problem was fixed, and he'll bring the Dragon Slayer to the line to do battle against his son, Paul Jensen, in Spider-Man. Two very evenly matched trucks, a lot of the same parts, a lot of the same technology. This one's going to come down to experience. They go green. Good air over the first jump for Dragon Slayer. Spider-Man's flying. It could be anybody's race. Let's check the times. Whoa, Craig's run out of real estate. He's doing some unscheduled freestyle. What a race. 5.987 for Dragon Slayer, 5.991 for Spider-Man. It doesn't get any closer than that. Dragon Slayer clears the first berm in the air, gets over the cars in the air. He may have won this one in the air. Look at that at the end. A little unscheduled freestyle. Craig never one to shy away from a jump. Let's look at Spider-Man. He caught his wheels on the first berm. That's where he slowed down. It was just 0.04 of a second separating these two fine competitors here tonight. Your finals in straight line drag competition. Your winner, Dragon Slayer, followed by Spider-Man, Linux Obsession, Monster Patrol, Public Disturbance, and Monster Moose. The season standings after round 16, your leader, Dragon Slayer, followed by Monster Patrol, Bigfoot, Spider-Man, Linux Obsession, and the number 29 Kevin Harvick truck.
What's going on out there? We had a little problems with disability of the truck on the back half of the arena back there.
Yeah, what was going on was that the rear steering had got a mind of its own and started to turn all the way to one side, and it wouldn't correct. So what we had to do was undo the power lead going into it and try to get it to turn manually. We got it to come back, but it won't stay. It just drifts. So it can go any way that it wants to whenever it pleases.
I tell you what, it sure makes it pretty difficult to try and drive that truck when that rear steering's not working properly.
Yeah, well, I told the crew, I said, it's straight, but get out of the way. It's not going to stay straight, so get ready to pick up the pieces because it'll probably be upside down when I get to the finish line.
Well, I tell you what, you can certainly tell a veteran driver like yourself, you're able to come out here with a truck that's not doing totally perfect out here and put together a good race for the fans out here. Congratulations, Craig.
Thank you. Like I say, I hate racing my son. He's probably one of the people that I hate to race the most because, you know, it doesn't matter who wins. We take the win home, but you just hate to race each other. We'd rather take each other or take anybody of the other competition out, but when we race each other, it's always, you know, the hardest thing to do because one of you wants to win, but you know what, I'll take the wins when I get it. He normally beats me about 7/8 of the time, so I only get a win here and there against him. But it's outdoor track. I have a bigger motor. He's running a little motor in the truck. We're building a big motor for him right now, and so as soon as we get everything done, we'll even up the playing cards a little bit.
Monster Truck Store.
Welcome back to round 16 of Monsters of Destruction here on the Outdoor Channel. I'm Wade Sherman, and we move to Chicago-style racing here from Eagle, Idaho. Our first heat will feature that man, Rick Swanson, in the Linux Obsession truck. He'll be doing battle against fan favorite Jason Grill in the Public Disturbance. Again, Jason Grill has gotten by several times this season. Looks like Rick Swanson's got a good run going here so far. Clears the cars in the air, approaches the turning pole. Slams on the brakes, slides through the turn as Jason Grill is having all kinds of trouble getting around the turning pole. Little off center there on the approach to that berm. He's off the gas and maybe broken again. Jason Grill has trouble here tonight. Swanson bounces it around the turning pole. Neither truck impressing here in the first round of action. But it looks like Swanson's going to bring it home comfortably. Jason Grill possibly suffered some breakage here. Nonetheless, Swanson will move on again into the semifinal round, and we'll try and get a report on what happened to Jason Grill. There's the time for Rick Swanson, 29.957 seconds. An impressive win for Swanson here tonight. Let's take another look. Didn't get over that berm in the air. That's what you really need to do if you want to have a real fast time. Slams on the brakes to get around the turning pole, carries it wide, hits the kicker clean. Off the gas, no air over those cars. That would have hurt him against a faster truck. Gets it up on two wheels trying to make the turn there. That really slowed him down, but luckily Jason Grill was having problems of his own. Swanson brings it home victorious here in the first heat of Chicago-style racing. We go on board now with Rick Swanson. Listen to that horsepower and watch the suspension work. good save right there. He almost put it over on its lid up on 2 wheels. Good save by Rick Swanson here in the first heat. So we'll move on to heat number 2. This will feature Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer against Paul Shaffer in Monster Patrol. We saw earlier in straight line drag competition that Craig was having some trouble with his rear steer. We intercepted a communication between him and his crew. He's got no idea what this Dragon Slayer is going to do on the turning course. They take the green. Let's see if he can get it done. Monster Patrol running that Hemi power, has to really get on the brakes to make the turn. Gets through the turn clean, hugs that turning pole. So far, so good for Christensen. Drifts a little bit to the left, has to correct to get over those cars. Shaffer makes this turn clean. He's really cutting that apex narrow. Spends a little too much time on top of the berms right there. Gets out of shape coming over the last set of cars. We'll have to check the times. Dragon Slayer gets it done. His time 26.012. Monster Patrol 0.3 of a second off at 26.37. Let's take a look at Paul Shaffer's run here. Good distance right there. Gets on the brakes. Makes a nice tight turn. Back on the gas in plenty of time. He's got a good run going right here. Approaches this turn clean as well. Has to get off the gas right there. Let off the throttle. Spends too much time on top of that berm. Doesn't clear it in the air. And then drifts to the right, coming to the line. Lost his forward momentum. Started going sideways. That may be what cost him the race. Here we get a look at Craig in the Dragon Slayer. Lifts that front wheel off the ground. Hits that kicker clean. Has to get off the gas to go over the white cars. Comes to the turn. Takes it a little wider than he might have wanted to. Not a lot of distance on that jump. Brings it back to the line. Pretty good run for Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer. Moving on now to heat number 3 of Chicago style action. It's that man, Brad Campbell. He didn't answer the bell for straight line competition. He's been working on that truck ever since. He's got it rolling again, and he's prepared to do battle against Paul Jensen in the Spider-Man truck. Spider-Man, the top qualifier here tonight, gets a good start off the green. Spends too much time on top of those cars. That may hurt him. Let's see. Gets around the turn well. Campbell slows down big time coming around the turning pole. Got it back going straight again, but he is not going to get it done here tonight. It does not appear. Campbell around the last turning pole. Pretty competitive here, but it looks like Jensen's going to bring it home. Over the last set of jumps he goes and across the line. A victory here in heat number 3 for Paul Jensen in Spider-Man. As Monster Moose lost his tailgate, that race was closer than you might have thought. 29.580 for Spider-Man. Monster Moose only 0.4 off. Let's get another look at it. Brad Campbell now gets it started. He's only got power to those rear wheels, and you see just a little hiccup in keeping that forward momentum as the front wheels aren't turning exactly in tandem with the rear wheels. He gets around that turn pretty clean. Good distance in the air. He's got a good run going. What really hurt him was the lack of four-wheel drive. He's only getting power to the rear. A pretty impressive run considering the handicap. He only lost by 0.4 of a second. Really drove that race clean. It was a powertrain issue for Brad Campbell that time. Now we get a look at Paul Jensen in Spider-Man. Comes to the turning pole, had to get off the gas, lifts those front wheels off the ground, resets himself. And now he's back on the gas hard, flies through the air, makes it over the cars in the air, brings it home victorious. We'll be back with more Chicago-style action on MOD after these words on the Outdoor Channel. Wade Sherman back with you on Monsters of Destruction competition. This is round 16 from Chaparral Speedway in Eagle, Idaho. Chicago-style semi number 1 features Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer, getting set to do battle against Rick Swanson in the Line-X Obsession truck. Pretty evenly matched trucks. They've been good in qualifying and in their heat races. Christensen approaching the turning pole, sliding through that turn. He's got a good run going here. Gets over that kicker well. Off the gas a little bit before that jump. Stays in the throttle this time. Gets around the turn clean. He's got an edge over Swanson. Swanson's going to have to hurry. Rick scrubbed a lot of speed in that last turn, and that may have cost him. Way too much speed scrubbed in that turn. He lost almost a second and a half. Dragon Slayer takes the victory. His time 25.026 seconds. So a disappointing run for Rick Swanson as we go on board. We get the view from the front bumper of the Dragon Slayer. This angle really gives you a good perspective of how little time they have to line up these jumps. You see the last-minute corrections? It's a little bit to the left, lining up that set of cars. You have very little time to react. There you see he has to kick it to the right, bring it back to the left. There is not a lot of time to make your decisions when you're driving a monster truck in MOD competition. Here's the view now from the left front wheel of the Linex Obsession truck. Take a look in the upper right corner of your screen. You get a real good idea of when Rick is on the gas and off the gas. Your feet are working, your hands are working. It's just way too much going on for me inside the cockpit of one of these trucks. These drivers are true professionals, and it's not as easy as it looks. So we move on now to semifinal number 2 in Chicago style racing from Chaparral Speedway in Eagle, Idaho. This is round 16. Paul Shaffer in Monster Patrol getting set to do battle against Paul Jensen in Spider-Man. On paper, you have to give the edge to Paul Jensen. He's got the shorter wheelbase, built for turning, but Jensen, I don't know, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Look at Shaffer slap the landing there over the first set of cars. We'll have to see if that slowed him down. A nice turn from Jensen in Spider-Man there. Got off the gas as he approached the first kicker. Had to let off to correct. He did not approach that second set of cars clean. Jensen having some bobbles here, but Monster Patrol almost misses the berm as well. Off camber, lands on 2 wheels. Both trucks all over the track. Not very impressive from either truck, but the winner, Spider-Man, Paul Jensen, his time 24.130. Paul Shaffer 2 seconds off the pace. Go on board now with Spider-Man. See him drift a little bit to the right there. Around the turning pole he goes. Good approach that time. Has to correct back to the right. He's not hitting his setups clean on these jumps. It's costing him some time. Around the turning pole. See, he's landing on the left side of that truck. He's not getting all 4 wheels on the ground when he lands. So we move on to the finals now. It's father against son. Dragon Slayer driven by Craig Christensen against Paul Jensen in the Spider-Man. Coming into tonight's action, Chicago-style point standings. Dragon Slayer's on top with 302 points. Spider-Man's in 4th. A good opportunity to pick up some ground on the old man for Paul Jensen. Good start for both trucks here in the final. Jensen good around that turning pole. Gets hung up on the top of that berm. That may cost him. Let's see. Clears those cars in the air. Here comes Christensen to the turn. Off the throttle a little bit as he kicks the rear wheels around. Jensen scrubs a lot of speed around that turn. He's in trouble. Craig brings it home. He's going to win here tonight again. The time for Dragon Slayer, 25.484. Spider-Man checks in with 26.542. Let's get the view from the front bumper of the victorious Dragon Slayer. Not a lot of momentum lost through that turn. Hits that approach real centered. Good job so far for Craig Christensen. Driving well here tonight in the final. A little bit off the gas there. You see the truck slow down. Not a lot of time to set up that jump. He caught it a little bit to the right. You saw it go off camber. But a good run for Craig Christensen. Now, on board with Spider-Man. See him really lose some momentum getting around that turn. He was on the brakes hard getting around the first turning pole. Got it opened up here. Really bobbling. Stays on the throttle pretty well. Lets off right there. Takes a little while to get it back going here. I think he lost it around that last turn. You see him get off camber there. Tough race for Paul Jensen as the old man gets him again. So Christensen in the Dragon Slayer will extend his lead in the season standings in Chicago-style action. Spider-Man misses an opportunity to get out of 4th place and pass Monster Patrol and Bigfoot for 3rd. So the results for round 16 in obstacle course action. It's Dragon Slayer, Spider-Man, Monster Patrol, Linex, Monster Moose, and Public Disturbance.
John, we're going to go ahead and talk to Craig here. Now, we know that Craig had a time of it. We've had problems with the truck all night long. Craig, you put it together again, and this time you're going to walk away with a win.
All right, well, like I say, I got to thank all the crew. You know, you got Mike, Tracy, and Andre. They're back there just working their guts out to make sure that we're, in every round. And I'm not the only one that's had trouble. You know, Spider-Man spit a drive shaft out in the finals against me. We had to put a drive shaft in him. He's broke another drive line, so we got to get a drive shaft in it before freestyle. But, that's all part of the game. We bring parts with us so that we're ready for each and every round. But like I said, we need to, thank all of our sponsors, AMSOIL. If we didn't have great oil in our motors, we're turning our motors over 8,000 RPM each and every pass. And, we can't say enough for AMSOIL and what they do for us. They're helping us. And, every sponsor that helps out is just greatly appreciated. We personally have Tough Country. We got 6 states, Herrick's Industrial. The list goes on, and I always forget somebody. But, we thank each and every one. My entire operation is family-run, family-owned. My son drives. Like I say, I hate racing him, but we'll take the win, and we're glad that we get to race each other each and every weekend, and it's all part of being family. And if we couldn't bring our family to the show, then we're not going to do it anymore. So it's a family organization, and it always will be that way at Team KCM.
So after 16 rounds, your obstacle course standings look like this. It's Dragon Slayer, followed by Bigfoot, who's missed the last 2 shows and still held on to second, followed by Monster Patrol, Spider-Man, Monster Moose, and Linux Obsession. We'll be back with more freestyle action on MOD after these words.
Dice.
Welcome back to Monsters of Destruction on the Outdoor Channel. It's freestyle time, and our first truck to take the track is Public Disturbance, driven by Jason Grill. This is Jason's 4th appearance in freestyle competition out of 16 rounds. Still trying to get his feet wet and really learn the truck and find out where the limits are on this Public Disturbance machine. Let's see what he's got for us tonight. He'll have 90 seconds. Fan response determines the winner of freestyle based on how they like the moves. We've added a van to the stack. Gives it a good effort there. Gets up and over the van. On the gas now is Jason. He'll swing it around, try and make another pass. Jason gaining quite a following in MOD action. Hasn't really shown the results on the track he'd like yet, but he's learning every week. And a lot of fans like him. Gets the front wheels way up in the air. Stuff goes flying. I don't know what that was. Something came flying off of those cars, and he parks it. He may be done. I don't know if he's had some problems here or what, but nice effort from Jason there. He gets it refired. He must have stalled there. Let's see if he makes another pass at the van stack. About half his time remaining for young Jason Grill out of Everett, Washington. Kicks up some dust, little else so far. Approaching the van stack. He flattens it a little bit, slaps the landing. Good effort from Jason. Nothing spectacular here so far, though. I think he's done. That's going to be it for Jason Grill. The bar not set too high for Monster Moose and Brad Campbell, also out of Everett, Washington. He's on the throttle. He's looking for something to crush. This should be a good run. We've seen him have some impressive freestyle performances, the most memorable back in Glendale, Arizona, where he was scraping the rafters with the roof of that Monster Moose machine, excuse me. Good distance right there. He's trying to let it fly here tonight in Eagle, Idaho. He'll reset himself, get back on the throttle. Approaching the van. Slaps the front wheels down hard right there. Didn't quite get enough air over the van. But he's punishing the suspension of the Monster Moose here tonight. Sets up now for another pass. Not enough throttle approaching that jump. Gets some distance there, but catches the rear wheels on the cars. Swings it around. Maybe he'll approach the van one more time. Over the kicker first. Now he decides to go wide of the van. Trying to do it with distance, maybe set up a wheelie. One more pass here for Brad Campbell. Slows it down, gathers it up. Maybe going for a tailgate stand there, can't quite stick it, and he's got no tailgate anyway, so tries to catch some distance that time, gets some good air. Up on the bank turn, back down, got some momentum now. What's he gonna do? A little bit of time left for Brad Campbell. Approaches the van stack. Good height that time. Bounces the landing, a good jump, the best of the night so far in freestyle. We've got 4 trucks going after him. Raises the bar a little bit over Jason Grill's performance. Brad Campbell, a little bit of time left in Monster Moose. Not the impressive air we've seen from him in other freestyle events. Good distance right there. Tried to get the wheelie going, couldn't hold it there. Into the turn he goes, and he's going to cut it off. He's done for the night. Maybe try a donut. Nope, he just slides to a stop. Lets the fans cheer here tonight. A good freestyle run. Let's take a look at his jump over the van stack. Catches those rear wheels and punishes the front suspension. A little bit of a wheelie on the landing. That one had to hurt. He felt that one, and he'll feel it tomorrow. Want to clear those cars in the air. Landing on top of them like that, not so good. Just barely caught the rear wheels on the van that time. A little bit more air, and he'd have been flying here in Eagle, Idaho. So the lights are blazing now for Paul Shaffer in Monster Patrol. He's been screaming he wants to go outdoors all season. Let's see if he opens it up using that Hemi power to get some good speed and some good air here tonight in freestyle. Paul Shaffer on the clock in Monster Patrol. His jump, not too impressive there. He's just getting his feet wet here tonight. Trying to get the lay of the land is Paul Shaffer. Gains some momentum coming off the banked oval part of the course here. Gathers himself. Approaching the van stack now. He'll get on the gas. Brings those front wheels down hard. A wheelie on the landing. Paul Shaffer trying to open it up here. Best move of the night so far. We still have 3 trucks remaining, but he gets a little bit of a wheelie going here in freestyle for the fans at Chaparral Speedway. On the gas he goes. Trying to get some height there. Got a lot of power under this hood. He's going to have to stand on the gas if he wants to win freestyle here tonight. More past the van stack. Mashes the gas. Up and over he goes. Another wheelie. Yeah, he's got it. Can't sustain it, but a pretty good move there from Paul Shaffer. He's going with the wheelies tonight. That truck's not really set up for donuts or tight steering. He's going to take it up onto the oval course here at Chaparral Speedway. Let the siren go for the fans. He's going to try and hear it from the fans, get him pumped up before he makes his final passes here in freestyle competition. Great crowd on hand here tonight. So the crowd lets Paul Shaffer hear it. He's energized. He's going to make a couple more passes here. He's got the van stack lined up. He's on the gas. Let's see what happens. Slap wheelie. He's got it. About 50 feet there for Shaffer. Another good wheelie. He's really trying to get those going here for the crowd tonight. Sets up again. Slows down, gets on the gas. Trying to go for a tailgate stand. Didn't get enough elevation on the front wheels for the tailgate stand that time. See if he's got anything left. He's going to end it. That's it for Paul Shaffer and Monster Patrol. Not bad in freestyle here tonight with a series of slap wheelies. Take a look at some of his better moves over the van stack. Really comes down hard on that front suspension, slaps the front into the air. Didn't get as much of an angle as he'd like. He'd like to see a 45-degree angle there. That was more like 30, but a good wheelie. Here he's going to try it again. He's on the gas. He'll hold it that time. A better wheelie from Jensen there, one of 3 in his routine. 3 more freestyle runs coming at you after these words on MOD.
Rhino lining.
Welcome back to round 16 of Monsters of Destruction on the Outdoor Channel. Taking the track now for freestyle, it's Paul Jensen in Spider-Man. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's still trying to pay off some of the damage bills he's incurred earlier this season in freestyle. Some good air right there. He's torn up several places we've been this year, including Glendale, Arizona, where he took out some of the dasher boards. The Phoenix Coyotes getting ready to play some NHL hockey this season, but not before they repair some damage left by this man. Major air over the van stack into a great slap wheelie. Not only did he clear the van in the air, oh, he's up on 2 wheels. Look out, he's in trouble. Oh, that was a nice move right there. Little Dukes of Hazzard 2-wheel action from Paul Jensen in the Spider-Man. Looking good here in freestyle. Fire belching from that machine as he's flying through the air. A good run going so far for Jensen and Spider-Man. He's got about 60 seconds left, and he is not done yet. The dust is flying here at Chaparral Speedway. He approaches the van stack one more time. Up and over he goes, slaps those rear wheels hard, and pieces are falling off the Spider-Man machine. It looked like he lost an A-arm. His rear suspension is likely to be shot. He was hemorrhaging pieces, and I think he knows it. He's slowing down. He may be done for the night. Something broke bad on that Spider-Man truck. Tough break for Paul Jensen. He had a good run going. There you see the fans react. He didn't fill the whole 90 seconds, which may work against him, but the moves he did make were spectacular. Let's take another look. He was up on 2 wheels there, almost went over, but a good save from Jensen to avoid putting it on its lid. Here you look at it from the ground view. Look at that. The rear wheel's way in the air, then he goes on the brakes and brings it back down. That was impressive. Real good control shown by Paul Jensen that time. Here he gets good air over the van stack, slaps the front into a slap wheelie, and he holds it. Good angle, he's way up in the air, and he held it for a good distance. An impressive move from Paul Jensen. A little more air time, good hang time that time for Paul. All in all, the best run of the night. They keep getting better. Here's the showman, Rick Swanson, in the Linux Obsession truck. The rules in freestyle mean nothing to him. 90 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. He's going to drive this truck till it breaks, if history is any indicator of what he'll do here tonight. Just getting started. Some good air there. He's seeing what it can do. Going to go up high on the banking, see if he can get a little extra momentum as he approaches the next jump. Lining up the van now. It's pretty flat by this time. Not sure if that's going to help him or hurt him. Slaps the front. Can't get into a wheelie there, but some good air. On the gas, he'll make the turn. Rick likes to throw some donuts in there every once in a while. Not sure if the traction will allow him to do that here tonight. Good distance on that jump for Swanson. Runs out of real estate. He'll swing it around, make another pass. A lot of dust here tonight, much more so than in round 15. There he goes, slaps the front. He may have broke a suspension piece there. That didn't look quite right on the landing, but so far he seems okay. Approaches the next jump. Has to spend more time in the air if he's going to win the approval of the fans here at Chaparral Speedway, that's for sure. About halfway through his run now is Rick Swanson in the Linux. He's not on his game tonight. This isn't the best freestyle we've seen from Rick Swanson so far this season, but still got some time left. Let's see if he can pull something out of the hat. So far, I think Paul Jensen's got him. He's going to have to hurry if he wants to better the run made by Spider-Man just one truck ago. There he attacks the van stack, gets some good air, nice elevation, but not a lot of distance. Not the best run we've seen Rick Swanson turn in. Got a little bit of time left. Plenty of distance, but not a lot of air. He's going to try a donut, maybe? No. He's going to set up this berm. Try the van stack one more time. Up and over he goes. Can't get the wheelie going. Running out of time now. Paul Jensen's got him beat, it would appear, to this reporter. One more pass now. Whoa, there's some good air. Got it up high, but not a lot of distance. Swings it around. Maybe done, let's see. Not as good as Spider-Man so far, but he's given it his all, that's for sure. Rick Swanson never leaves anything on the table. He'll give it everything he's got. Paul Jensen, a better freestyle run here tonight in round 16. See what Rick's got left. He's not ready to give up yet. On the gas. Tries to get a wheelie going, can't hold it. His time has expired, but as we mentioned earlier, Rick doesn't seem to care about things like that. He parks it up on the tabletop, giving the crowd a good look at that Linux Obsession truck. A good run. Oh, he's going to go for a donut now. On the pavement. Into the donut he goes. He's got it. He's leaving his mark here at Chaparral Speedway. A nice move. Time has expired. We'll have to ask the judges if it counts. Oh, he's going to put it in the fence, maybe. This Rick is out of control. He never leaves anything on the table. He'll step out now and call it quits. The donut's a nice finish on a decent run, but I still think Paul Jensen has him. Let's go back and take another look at some of Rick's better moves. Brings the front down hard, tries to get into a wheelie, but the left rear gave out on him. Otherwise, he might have had a wheelie. Now here's the donut. Nice tight turns to the right, taking advantage of the banking. One truck remaining in freestyle. It's Craig Christensen and Dragon Slayer. We'll bring it to you after these words.
Monster.
So here comes Craig Christensen and the Dragon Slayer. He's been on a pretty impressive run in freestyle the last 4 events. I think he's won them all as memory serves. And he is going to try and do it again here tonight at the Chaparral Speedway in Eagle, Idaho. A lot of speed, way up the banking he goes. He's going to get a lot of momentum. He's on the throttle hard. He should get some major air here. Oh, he backed off just a little bit. Maybe he thought better of it. Look at that. Went for the tailgate stand. Couldn't quite put it perpendicular, but a lot of elevation on those front wheels. Some good air as he power slides to make another run. Christensen definitely going for it here tonight. Good distance right there. Spent a lot of time in the air. Slide it around, make another run here will Craig Christensen. Approaches the van stack. Slaps the front wheels, gets a wheelie going. Drifts a little bit to the right, couldn't hold it. On the brakes, slides it around. Thought maybe he was going for a donut there. On the gas again is Craig. Gathers himself, approaches the van stack. Oh, look at that, a great wheelie on the landing from Craig that time. Way up the banking he goes again. He's off the course, he's in trouble. He's got to hurry to get back on the course. Gathers up a lot of momentum coming down that banking. Let's see what he does with it. Over the van he goes, launches himself, Cape Canaveral. Look out, that one's on the radar screen. Houston, we have a problem with a great slap wheelie there. The only problem is for Paul Jensen because Craig might beat him again here in freestyle. He launches himself one more time, some great distance there, follows it up, a great double jump, slap wheelie on the landing. He ran out of real estate. He's got to swing it around hard. He's really using every inch of this track to gain some momentum. Over the van stack he goes, clears it by a good 10 feet, tries to put it into another wheelie. He is on fire here tonight. Craig Christensen getting it done in freestyle. Now he's on the Supercross track. Look out, this is uncharted territory. He's going to try the tabletop. This guy's crazy. He's going to park it. What's he going to do? He's going to set up this tabletop. Up and over he goes. Look out! Couldn't quite clear it in the air. Into another one. Hey, somebody's got to tell him that thing has got 4 wheels, not 2. He thinks he's Bubba Stewart out there. Pretty good run here. A lot of chutzpah, pardon the expression, on the part of Craig Christensen tonight. He is not afraid to open it up. The dust is flying. I can't even see him out there. Major air that time. Into a wheelie, up the banking he goes, runs out of real estate one more time. Craig Christensen apparently thinks he's Ricky Carmichael. Somebody's got to tell him this is a monster truck show, not a Supercross event, but an unexpected treat. And I don't think there's any doubt who's going to win freestyle here tonight in round 16. He parks it. The crowd acknowledging a wonderful performance from Craig Christensen and the Dragon Slayer. He shuts it off. He'll get out, give it the double fist pump that we've become accustomed to. Hands in the air. There it is. He knows he's got it done again. This guy is nothing but a ball of fire in freestyle the last 4 or 5 weeks. Craig Christensen, I don't know if we have enough tape to show you all the highlights. Look at that, perpendicular, launches himself over the van stack, slaps the landing into a slap wheelie, holds it for a good period of time. Let's take another look here. Clears the stack by a good 10 feet. A lot of air, another wheelie here from Christensen. Clear-cut winner here tonight in freestyle. A little bonus action here on the Supercross track. He's going into a triple jump. There's the first, sets up the second. On the throttle. Darn near clears that one in the air, just barely catches the rear wheels, just has enough time to get over the third of the triple. Very impressive here tonight for Craig Christensen. There you see him celebrating another freestyle victory in Monsters of Destruction competition. If you like what you see, join us in Monroe, Washington. Tickets are on sale now, August 25th and 26th. For everyone here at Monsters of Destruction, this is Wade Sherman reminding you, there are men, there are machines, and then there are monsters of destruction.